Round 5 got underway in Adelaide with the Thunderbirds up against arch-rivals the Melbourne Vixens. The second match of the Sunday netball triple-header saw the West Coast Fever back in Perth hosting the New South Wales Swifts. The late game on Sunday saw the Northern Mystics looking for their first win of the season up against the Central Pulse at Trust Arena in Auckland. And the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic took on the Tactics in Tauranga. So let's take a look at all the action from Round 5. The Thunderbirds welcomed the Vixens to Adelaide looking to end a 5-match losing run against their traditional rivals. The Vixens jumped out to an early 4-1 lead, but the Thunderbirds hit back hard to end a low-scoring opening quarter level at 9-all. Thunderbird skipper Natalie von Berto suffered a corked thigh in the opening quarter and was replaced by Lee Waddington early in the second. It was a tightly contested second period, but the home side took the ascendancy on the back of stifling defence and better access to Carla Borrego to take the quarter 10-7. The momentum swung the Vixens' way in the third quarter thanks to perfect shooting from Tegan Coldwell and youngster Erin Hoare, levelling the scores at 29-all in the final change. It was a titanic struggle in the final stanza, but the Thunderbirds claimed their first win over the 2009 champions in 3 years, 39-38, inflicting the Vixens' first loss of the season.
I thought Renee Hallinan did a great job. She really shut down Maddie Brown, and we know that she's the key to them. So I thought, standout performance from her. But, Lee Waddington came on, did a great job. Emily Beaton as well. So I think, it was a whole team effort.
The Fever returned to Perth for their Round 5 encounter with the Swifts, with both sides looking to rebound from disappointing losses in Round 4. The home side was devastating in the opening quarter, blowing the Sydney Siders away 25-12 to set up the match. Caitlin Bassett was unstoppable under the post, slotting home 18 goals from 20 shots for the quarter. It was all the Fever again in the second period, with the home side stepping up the defensive pressure to push out to a 42-22 advantage at the long change. The Swifts threw everything at the Fever in the final quarter, but some great defence by Ebony Beckford-Chambers ensured the home side continued to push the margin out, winning the quarter 17-13. The loss of Ashley Brazel early in the final quarter to injury and a raft of other changes for the Fever saw the Swifts win the period 16-12. But the damage was done in the opening quarter and the Fever took the match 71-51, their third win of the season.
We're very hard on each other this week at training in terms of physicality. I think when it comes out, it generally surprises and we don't cope well with that. So we were certainly tough on each other, but also a little bit smarter in terms of what we're doing and balancing the court.
The Trust Arena in Auckland played host to the Northern Mystics and Central Pulse, with the home side yet to record a victory while the Pulse were looking for 3 straight wins. It was the Pulse who took the early ascendancy in a high-scoring opening quarter, leading 19-15 after the first 15 minutes. The Pulse led by as many as 8 goals in the second quarter, but the Mystics pulled back the margin to trail 26-32 at the halftime break. The Pulse rattled off the first 3 goals of the third quarter to lead by 9, but the home side soon clicked into action, going on an 8-0 run to cut the margin to just 1. The Mystics' changes were a masterstroke, with Kayla Cullen quelling the influence of Liana Leota, while the delivery of ball to the Mystics shooters by Grace Rasmussen and Elizabeta Tuiava was first class. It was the Pulse who held a 43-41 advantage at three-quarter time, but the momentum had shifted to the home side. The Mystics wouldn't go away in the fourth quarter, and despite the brilliant defensive efforts of Pulse captain Katrina Grant, it was Maria Tutaia who slotted the equaliser after the final whistle to push the match into extra time. The Pulse took a 1-goal advantage after the first period of extra time, but it was hometown hero Maria Tutaia who, with 6 seconds left on the clock, clinically sank the winner to record the Mystics' first victory of the season, 69-68.
I think we just need to progress from here. We can't look at all the negatives that we've been doing these last 4 games. So I'm so proud. I'm so proud and so elated.
The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic and the Tactics hit Tauranga in the final fixture of Round 5. The visitors entered the match on a high after claiming an extra time thriller over the Mystics last week, while the home side was returning to action after the bye. The locals dominated from the outset, punishing any Tactics mistakes on their way to an impressive 17-8 opening quarter. The Tactics hit back in the second quarter and took it right up to the defending champions, taking the quarter 15-14 on the back of 10 goals at 91% from Sophia Fenwick. It was all one-way traffic in the third quarter though, with the Magic piling on 18 goals to 8. The defensive pressure from Casey Kopua and Liana De Brain shifted into overdrive at the back, helping the Magic to a commanding 49-31 three-quarter time advantage. The Magic introduced Nadia Loveday for her first ANZ Championship minutes in the second half, and she made an immediate impact, delivering some quality ball into the shooting circle. Irene van Dijk was impeccable under the post, netting all 38 shots, her 10th ANZ Championship 100% match. While the Magic didn't have it all their way in the final 15 minutes, they still claimed the quarter by 2 goals and the match 65-45.
I think coming off the bye and having a reasonably good start, I think our timing was still out a little bit, just those links, we just need to connect up, but all in all towards the end we gained some great momentum and really went for the ball on D.
That brings an end to one of the closest rounds yet, with the Thunderbirds downing the undefeated Vixens and the Mystics claiming their first victory in 2013.